We gonna give people a few minutes to get on. Go ahead and pull up my notes. Hey, y'all. How y'all doing? So, The More Than a Creator, it is a live series that I'm starting on this channel. I'm actually going live from 2 pages right now. Y'all, on this live, go to the page that's underneath so y'all can join the other live and see from here. So, More Than a Creator is a new IG series that I'm starting on this channel, so you'll be seeing more of me. And I just interview like up and coming creatives and people that are established in the industry as far as media and entertainment. We're going to highlight their passion, their life, as well as things beyond what they have going on in the media and entertainment industry, because it's always important that you dibble and dabble in a few other things. So I'm going to get into detail about that. But our first interview will be, hold on, let me send out the invite to her, y'all. She is going to hop on with us. And I will actually tell y'all how I met her. I will tell y'all how I met her in a few. Send this out to a few people. And then we'll give her a few minutes to hop on. But I met her actually through Instagram, social media. You can meet everybody through social media. I met her through Instagram, and I saw her work, and she is really beautiful. I saw her work, and I was like, wow, she's really talented. She's really into what she's doing. She had her, here we go, she's popping in as I'm introducing her. And she had her "What's Your Runway" going. And I'm like, wow, that's amazing. That's perfect. It aligns with what I'm doing and what I've got going on. I'm like, I have to reach out to her. And this is her. Hello, Alexis. How are
Hey,
you?
I'm good. How are you doing?
I'm great. So I was just telling them how I ended up running into you on social media, and I reached out to you to come and speak at my first workshop. So
Yes, thank you for having me. First of all, on the first one, that's dope. Thank you.
yeah. I saw your work, and you were really experienced. Your work was actually like, quality work. And a lot of times you don't see that on Instagram, to be honest with you. You don't see that. It's quality, and you represented like the perfect woman, honestly, to be honest
Oh,
with
thank you.
you. Like, you were really beautiful. So that's why I reached out to you. But there's so many things that I could hop into, but I'm going to let you lead the way. What's the first thing that you want to talk about? What do you have going on?
Mm, let's see. So as of right now, the first thing I have going on is tomorrow. I'm actually I have a fashion show going on tomorrow. Well, it's not my fashion show, but I have a model business called Runaway, which I started in 2017, and my main goal with that was to help develop models, because when I first started modeling in like 2012, there wasn't a lot of like, I didn't have any like sense of direction, and I was kind of sort of just doing any and everything just to like get an idea of like the whole model industry. And with that, I like kind of sort of stumbled and fell a lot of times, because like Atlanta is just a tricky city to like model in, because everybody want to be a model, everybody claims they're a photographer, and it's very easy to get taken advantage of. So I've got taken advantage of a lot of times. So I decided that, instead of allowing that to happen to someone else, I want to use my platform to help develop models at least the best way that I can. So I use What's Your Runway as a way to develop models for their portfolios, runway training, and things like that. And with that business, I was able to like branch out and to help coordinate fashion shows and things in that nature. So with the Atlanta high fashion bridal show that we have going on tomorrow, What's Your Runaway is like the main model coordinator for the show, which I am completely blessed for, because originally I was supposed to model in the show, but I'm 37 weeks pregnant now. So like, it's getting close. I cannot be sitting here. I mean, I can do the runway, but like, I just don't want to risk my baby's health just to walk a runway, because the last show I did like a couple weeks ago, like y'all couldn't tell because I had this big old cape on, but like on the way back on the runway, like I was literally like like what's the word? Like stumbling, like tripping over my feet because like the heels were small. I just had no balance, like because I had no balance, so like it was just harder than normal, and I was like, okay, I'm not going to do this, especially so late in the game. So therefore, here we are. Yeah.
Was that your first runway experience while being pregnant?
No, so I actually was in Miami for Miami Fashion Week. I was working with a model agency at that time, and we brought some girls out to Miami for, of course, Miami Fashion Week. And and so we yeah, so I was there just more so as like the model agent, just trying to get girls booked for jobs and things like that. And then one of the designers was like, "Oh, I really want you to be in the show." I was like, "I want you to know I'm pregnant, right?" She was like, "Oh, I don't care." And I was like, okay. So then I modeled when I was in Miami Fashion Week, and I believe the only other show I did was that one. And then I did do another show like in the beginning with the model agency that I was working with, but like at that time nobody knew I was pregnant. Only like me and my sister, because she was a designer in that show. But like if they were like my close friend around that time, like you knew. But like that time I wasn't like sharing my pregnancy with anybody.
Like you weren't showing?
I mean, you could see it, but like you could only tell if you like knew me. Like you would have probably just thought that I had like I was bloated, I was on my period. Because like it didn't take like it took a long time for me to show. Like I'm still being 37 weeks, like I'm barely like showing. Like it's kind of crazy. It's a blessing though. I prayed to carry small, so I'm happy that it's going this way.
And you're having a baby boy?
Yeah, I'm having a boy. I'm having a sweet little boy.
What's the name? Have you picked out any names yet?
Yeah, his name's gonna be Cairo. Cairo with a K.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
You said you ran into some bad experiences while up and coming in the modeling industry. I know we all have. It helped us grow. But what are some of the experiences that you could share with us?
Mainly dealing with photographers, I would say, is like photographers in Atlanta are not professional, like at all. Like they use photo shoots as a way to like get girls, like to like just get girls instead of using it as their platform to help each other build. And that's one thing that I like didn't like, because when I first started off, like I was super shy, super timid, like I wouldn't speak up for myself. So like photographers would try to like, you know, holler at me and stuff, and like I would be uncomfortable during the set, but because I wanted to model so bad, like I would ignore them, and then it would just make my like not make me like produce the best work because I'm uncomfortable, still trying to do my best while someone is trying to hit on me. Like, just do your job, bro. And then like the biggest thing that I've learned was like I did one model competition, and at this time my hair was like short. My hair has always been short, but at this time my hair was bleached blonde, and the directors of the competition, they was telling me like, oh yeah, like you shouldn't have your hair like that because it's not going to make you marketable. Like that's not a good look for you. So they had me like, they was like, you should get a wig. So I paid all this money for a wig. I mean, the wig was slayed. Like, you know, I did what I had to do. I understood the assignment. However, that wasn't me. Like, I'm not a wig wearing type of person. Like, if I do wear a wig, it's like because I'm lazy and I just need to like throw it on real quick. But like, that's not me. Like, I don't want to build my career and have my identity based around wigs. Like, I loved how I look with a short look. So when they told me that, it kind of sort of changed like my whole direction of my career, and it kind of sort of like messed me up a little bit because like I wasn't getting booked because I had this wig on my head, and people like really, it just didn't like look good all the time. Like, you know, because that one wig was nice, but then after you got to keep the hair up and you got to have money, and I was in college, like, you know, so it was like
falling on the budget.
Right. And then now we're in 2021, and like there's so many beautiful girls that's flourishing with their bleached blonde hair that are doing high fashion modeling. And I'm like, and at that moment, that's when I realized like if I need to stay true to myself, and I need to know who I am, because if I don't know who I am in this model industry, anybody can come into my life and into my career and tell me how to do what I know that what I was called to do, because I talked to God. He told me what I'm supposed to do. You don't tell me what to do. Like, I know what I'm supposed to be doing, and that was not it. So for me to like, you know, it was just a lesson learned, if anything. Yeah.
Yeah, and then they'll definitely mold you into whatever they want you to
do.
That was important that you learned that. As a modeling coordinator, what are you doing for the fashion show?
Well, so we had auditions back in May. So I helped out with the auditions for the show. And after the auditions for the show, I was a part of the selection process of the models. So I pretty much, I wouldn't say I selected the models, but like my say in who we chose as far as the models, like she really like cared about what I had to say about who we chose for the models. And then as far as that, we did like I was a part of like practices, but like for this show, like I honestly truly wasn't even trying to do a lot of practices. So like we only had one practice, and that was when we did like a walkthrough for the venue, because this is like a high fashion bridal show. Like high fashion models, you don't have to be doing all these practices to get the job done. Like nine times out of 10, when you go to New York Fashion Week, you are just there for like the show. You go do the run through, and that's it. Like you're not practice, practice, practice. Like that's so much time that I don't have. Like I'm their mama, like I don't got time to sit here doing that. So I made sure that like the girls that we chose are like really good. Like I know that their walk was gonna just like look really good. So that part, and then I was just in charge of like really just like doing a lot of the communications with the models to make sure that they have everything that they need tomorrow. So tomorrow, if they act like they don't know what's going on, I'm gonna have my receipts. Like I sent you this on this day. I told you this on this day. Like do not sit here and act like I did not tell you this, because I was working even when I wasn't supposed to be working. So yeah.
Okay, cool. I'm glad to hear. Now you said you picked out the models and there are women in it. Will there be males as well? Are you all?
Well, yeah, it's guys and girls in the show. So yeah, it's guys and girls. The show's gonna be really nice. Like this show, she does it. The owner of the show, her name is Lauren Hines. It's her production, and she do it every 2 years. So it's not like a yearly thing. So it's like it's either you get on or you don't type thing, because like it's not gonna happen next year. Next year we'll probably be doing the audition process again, and then after that, the following year, which will be, y'all do the math, what is that, 2023? Yeah. That's what the next show will probably be. So like it's like a really great thing. Like she always have like the best designers, like the best gowns, like the best tuxedos. Like the one of the male designers for the show, his name is Rodis. He was a model last year, and now he's like a model / designer. So he has like all these custom suits, and like when I tell y'all, these suits are not like suits that you just like. They're not regular looking suits. Like these suits are fire. Like these suits look so good. Like these are going to be looks on the runway that like y'all have not really seen before. So I'm excited about that. And I have a jewelry line. It's called Adoris Jewels. So some of my pieces will be featured on the runway as well. So even though I'm not physically walking on the show, like my jewelry in the show, my model business in the show, so we still in the building.
Period. I love to see that though. Like you started out on the scene, out on the runway, and now you like doing behind the scenes stuff. So you understand more what they're going through. So when you're talking to them or dressing them or telling them how they need to position their feet and stuff, you know what you're talking about because you have that experience. So they respect you more, you know?
Yeah. Definitely.
What kind of pieces can we find of yours that will be in the show?
So I have like 3 different categories in my line as of right now. I have like a glitz and glam section. I have a snake collection, and then I have like a colorful creation collection. So my glitz and glam collection will be featured on the runway, mainly because like glitz and glam is more like, you know, it's for this type of feel of, you know, yeah. So yeah, it's going to be more of like the sparkly pop and shine, like oh I see you type of work. Yeah,
I love that. That's gonna be so elegant.
Yeah, it's gonna be dope. Nice.
Where can they get tickets from, or do they buy them at the door?
I believe you can buy it at the door, but I would highly recommend just buying it online. There's an Eventbrite link in my bio, so it's easier to just get it from there. Yeah.
Okay, cool. I'm not gonna be able to make it because I have to work, but I'm gonna definitely push for some people to come because that's beautiful. That's gonna be nice.
Yeah, and then afterwards it's gonna be a nice little after party cocktail, so y'all have a drink for me.
What's your runway? Let's get into that. Can you talk a little bit more? Will you be doing another one soon, or where do you see that going?
So me and What's Your Runway, we are in like a love-hate relationship because I started her in 2017, but like it seems like every time I want to get it back up and running again, it's like never the right time. So like for instance, like I don't know what it is about What's Your Runway that like I can get it going, but it's hard to like keep it steady. Like during like when COVID first hit last year, like I was going on Instagram Live and doing Instagram Live model trainings and things like that. And then when I tried to like go and do it in person classes, like people wasn't really signing up. And I'm like, okay. But this year, at the top of the year, I brought my classes back and I was doing virtual classes. And I had people sign up. So actually, two of the girls that I had do my virtual classes that are a part of the fashion show, which is one of the things that I try to do with What's Your Runway. Like, if you work with me and you and I see you invest in yourself, I'm going to help you and I'm going to push you. Yeah. So they are definitely two girls that's going to be in the show. So right now, one of the things that I'm working on is I'm working on doing some e-commerce classes, which I'm not going to get too much into details about that because I'm working on it and I don't want to say too much about it because like I said, we are in a love-hate relationship and sometimes we work out and sometimes we don't. And but I do know like in 2022 or whatever, like I definitely do want to get back into the development side of modeling because I do kind of sort of want to take more so of like the background of the model industry because like I like it, I love it, but like I love to see people develop more. I love to help someone else's dreams come true more than mine because I feel like it's just better that way. And then what's for me is always going to be for me regardless. Like who would have known that I was like pregnant and I'm still out here modeling, getting booked for stuff anyway. Like I just came back from Utah doing like a maternity shoot. Like so what's for me is always going to be for me regardless. So like yeah. So What's Your Runway? Just stay tuned because I don't want to talk too much because I don't know.
Yeah.
It's okay not to know, y'all. You can start a business and have faith and just know that it's going to work out when it's supposed to. You just got to do the work. You just got to trust the process. Yeah,
that's that motivation now. Yeah. All right. So how do you stay balanced mental health wise while you're doing all of this?
When I need to cry, I cry.
Oh, I know that's right, girl.
When I need to sleep, I sleep. When I need to get down and dirty and get to the business, I get down and dirty and get to business. When I need to pray, I pray. When I need to fast, I fast. When I need to, whatever it is that I need to do, I don't try to avoid it. Like I allow everything to come. Like however I feel, I allow myself to feel that and I allow myself to go through those emotions because if I like try to act like I'm fine, then like I will literally like blow up and then I would go into a great deep depression and ain't nobody got time for that because the show don't stop because the world don't stop and life don't stop. So I got to keep going. So I just got to allow myself to feel how I feel and keep on going no matter what.
All right. Before we wrap up, do you have any advice for anyone that's trying to get into the industry? I know you said your motivational piece, but you have any tips to add on to that?
I would say, okay, a couple things actually. So a lot of people think that you have to invest so much money in all these photo shoots just to like build a portfolio and things like that. Like if your goal is to be signed to an agency, you do not need to spend thousands of dollars working with different agencies. Working with different photographers. Like all you really need is your smartphone. Take yourself digitals, go on like line and look up model digitals, see how they do it. You can literally do it on your phone and submit those to every single agency across the world. But do your research on those agencies and look at the models and make sure you know like what it is that they're looking for and make sure that you're going to at least fit the criteria because you don't want to miss all these people and then you don't ever get anything. But at the same time, don't be afraid to take a risk either. And so submit your digitals to people. Like I would say at least like try to do some photo shoots just to like build your portfolio or like get the experience to like know how to work in front of a camera because you don't want your agency to be like, oh, you don't have like the confidence. Like you always want to make sure you have the confidence. So make sure you would like at least take your own model digital, send them out to people and things of that nature. Now, if you want to just work as a freelancer, then I would say, yes, work with photographers that is going to actually make your work look good. Like don't be sitting here doing trade for trade with people who like have your photo shoots looking like they just took it on your smartphone. Like that's not what you're supposed to do. Like don't have over edited pictures. Like go on these agencies things and look at how the quality of their models work and look and try to find a photographer that's similar to that. But like don't just be doing stuff, just do it because you're just gonna be doing it. And then I would say for our Black beautiful models, I know how much like we love to change our looks and we love to like, you know, change our looks, really. But like as a model, like you literally have to have your signature look. Like whatever your signature look is, that needs to be your look, because when you are trying to submit to like jobs as a freelance model or a sign model, they're not trying to see you with an afro, then short hair, then straight hair, then wavy hair. Like they want to see
your braids
and who you are, yeah, and braids. Like you have to figure out what your look is and stick to that. Like I learned that my look is my short hair. This is my look. So I'm not about to sit here and change it up and try to submit to a job with straight hair, because when I go to the job, I'm not going to show up in that straight hair. I'm going to show up like this, and they're going to be like, but I thought you had long hair. Like, don't do that. Like, stay true to yourself and like know what your look is and walk into that boldly. Because for an example, over the weekend, at my maternity shoot, I brought my wig out there to Utah because I thought it was gonna be cold or whatever. And also, like, I don't know, like sometimes when like you pregnant or whatever, your hormones be doing stuff. It just be doing stuff. So like I was like not feeling 100% confident, because also as a Black model, they also want you to come to set with your hair like clean of products. And with my hair clean of products, like I'll be sitting here walking around here looking like the Jackson 5. So like I wasn't like I just like that morning I wasn't 100% confident. So when I went to set, like I did have my wig on, and like when I walked in, I could tell that I was like, that's not the girl we saw in the picture. But I had to like automatically explain to him like, oh, this is a wig, and like I literally told him I can take it off.
Right.
But like I just wanted to like, you know, walk in here because I don't want to walk around with my Joe Jackson afro. So I just wanted to put this on. So then I literally just took it off, and it was like, yeah, this is the look. This is the look. Like, so you have to like be confident no matter what. So I'm still working on that. But like I said, the hormones be doing stuff. So.
Okay, well, thank you so much. Where can we find you at? I know we got your Instagram, but where else?
Instagram.
That's all? Okay, cool.
Yeah, you can follow me on Instagram. You can follow my business page, What's Your Runway. It's what's with an S. You can follow me, my jewelry line, Adores Collection. It's Adores Collection on Instagram, and you could look out for that, because in 2022 I'm going to be getting more into like having like personal styling services for my jewelry business. And outside of that, I mean, I'll be on TikTok, but like I'm not really like a TikToker or anything like that. So I would just stay tuned to my Instagram, because that's where you see me dibbling, dabbling, and figuring myself out.
Okay, thank you so much. This was our first episode of the series, and you broke it in and knocked it out the box. You really
thank you.
So
if you ever want me back, girl, just call me. If y'all ever want to come, yeah.
Most definitely. And then you got to come back and let us know how the photo shoot went. Give us some updates and everything. Send me some flyers for whatever you got going on, and I'll most definitely support and post it all over my page and everything.
Absolutely, I definitely will.
All right, thank you. You have a wonderful day.
Thank you, you too. Bye, girl.
See you. All right, y'all. Thank you for tuning in. That was our first episode. We wrapped it up. Y'all make sure y'all follow her page. Still in there. Follow her page. And summer's only one season, but stick with me where it's summer year round. I'll see y'all for the next video, creators.